Good morning everybody, it's Denise here, Denise Junk Journals UK. Thank you so much for joining me today. So we are going to start a brand new project with a brand new kit. It's so exciting, I can't wait. And you've probably gathered by these rings here that I'm going to do my first ring bound journal. First, that is, apart from, you know, the one that I made for my planner, which I'd still need to share with you, but you know, this one's kind of made from scratch. I'm making the pages and everything. So I am using the fabulous new kit from Tanya at Tatty Treasure and Nanine at Collage Type. They're collaborating on this kit, just as they did on the Down the Rabbit Hole one. And there is a journal kit which I believe is in Nanine's shop, and there is a file folder kit which I believe is in Tanya's Etsy shop, and both shops will be in my description, in the links. Okay, so I know that Tanya's going to, or you will have seen by now, a flip through of all the kit. That's Tanya on Tatty Treasure. If you haven't and you want to see the kit, go over and have a look, 'cause it's huge and I've cut lots of mine up now. I believe what she hasn't shown you are the freebies, so I'm going to show you them now before I start. So to go with this gorgeous kit, if you belong to Tatty Treasure and Friends Facebook group, or even if you just follow Tanya actually on her YouTube channel, if you go on to her Buy Me a Coffee, she has put some freebies to the kit. So that's for, she would love you to join the Facebook group. I know a lot of people are now there, but you know, these are free anyway, so go on to a Buy Me a Coffee. They are free. You can buy a coffee if you want to, but you don't have to. They're free, and yeah, she doesn't expect you to pay for them. So there are two lovely pockets there, envelopes. I was thinking there, not pockets, envelopes, and I'll put that one underneath so I don't show you that one again. And these lovely, well, they're like well, they could be journal cards, but they're squares of the actual pages, some of the pages from the kit, the beautiful, some William Morris and some of the beautiful botanicals. Yeah, and when they're joined together like that, there's so many things you can do. You can cut it out as a whole, you can cut them out into the squares, you can punch them out, so many things. Make CD hold covers out of them, things like that. Okay, so those two absolutely free, and you know, even if you don't get the kit, using those in other projects will be fabulous. And then Tanya's Patreon. So if you belong to Tanya's Patreon, again, her Linktree link will be in my description, so you can pop on and have a look there should you wish. And she's got 4 pages, I believe, yeah. So she's got the 2 different pockets there, and this can either be a journal card or the back of the pocket, so you can wrap these around it. Tanya has done and is going to do some more, I believe, videos using the ephemera. So 6 small tags, so they're attached in case you want to do them, you know, as an attached flip up tag. You can do them sideways, all sorts of things, you know. So 6 small tags. Now, none of these are in the actual kit, so these are all exclusive, as it says. Again, a different pocket, and 2 more either backs to the pocket or tags, whichever you choose them to be. So that's 3 pockets, 3 large tags, 6 small tags, and a beautiful backing sheet. And it is gorgeous. That, I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but yeah, beautiful. Okay, so back to what I'm doing. So I have done a few bits of prep because, like I say, it's a new project to me and I'm kind of feeling my way. So what I did was I've cut up the journal pages from the kit. So this will be the kit, I believe, that is in Nanine's shop, and the journal pages come like that, so kind of joined like that. So there'll be a botanical and a plainer piece, so that you can fold them over and they can become, you know, journal pages, and on the back print, you know, print the other side. And they've done half of them with the writing space on this side and half of them with the writing space on that side. So if you're creating a journal, most of the work's done for you. I wanted them just because they were the right size to match for the pages that I'm using, but you could just as easily do this with the file folder kit, either shrink it down or just cut into it. I've printed the file folder kit, and I will be, just like I did with with Alice, when everybody's had a play with the kit who's following me, because I think there are 4 or 5 of us doing this like a design team with the new kit. When everybody's had a go and played, yeah, you know, I'll go on and play a game because I like to, and yeah, I will be using the file folder kit then. So I've printed those out. I've printed lots of the ephemera and things like, you know, the elements and the little bits. Some I've cut out, some I haven't. What I decided I definitely wanted on here was the little black words. So I've got all the little black words out, and you probably spot there I've got some black numbers from Tina at Shabby Never Do That. That is because I am using for my journal some black, it's thick paper stock and craft card together. So those are the colours that I'm going for with the botanicals, and these have come from, well, you can see the book they've come from, hopefully, and these are from the Works in UK, and they're just great big books to, well, to do with whatever you want. You can art in them, you can use them for photograph albums. They're just plain books. So I had a black one and I had a craft one. They come in various sizes as well, and I think they're only £4 or £5. They're not very expensive. You know, it's a cheaper way to get black you know, card stock or thick paper stock than it is to actually buy it. So I've cut those up. Those are what I'm using for my journal, and I have started with the cover, which is here. Okay, so for the cover I have used the, actually this is not that card stock there, this is the brown craft card that I buy. It's just a tiny bit thicker, not an awful lot, but I wanted it really thick for the covers. So all I have done is, let me just get my ruler as well so I can tell you what size I've done here. So I've layered a piece either side of some of the board that you get on the back of the 12 by 12 papers, you know, like the grey coloured board. So I just layered craft card, one on the top, one on the bottom, and then glued it, let it set, and you can hear, can't you? It's like chipboard nearly, how hard it's set. It's beautiful, and it is, now I've been working in centimetres, so it's not square. I know it looks it, but it's not. Yeah, so very nearly 22 centimetres I've gone in height, which is not quite 8 3/4 inches, and the width is just under 8 1/4 inches and just over 20.5 centimetres. I didn't start with this, I started with the pages, but I thought I'd show you this first. So that's what I did. I cut 2 of them, and then I've been cutting strips like this out of the card to go around the pages. So I thought I'd do the same again on the covers, and I'm not going to have it hanging up to the end. I'm going to go all the way on with it, so it makes a really thick edge, you know, that goes in the rings. I'll do this one with you in a minute, but I've got one that I've done here. So this, I believe, is, well, I don't know, it doesn't matter if it's the back or the front really, does it? I've done this one, so I've glued that on, which I'll do in a minute. I've put some black eyelets through it, and before I put those through, I just put some brown ring reinforcers on the back. Oh, got some floof on there. Okay, so I'll show you again what I did. So I got that piece of card. These are, I've trimmed it a little bit. It was 11 centimetres across. I've now trimmed it down to just under. So it is 4 1/4 across in total, and 22, same height as this. And then I've just scored it in half and folded it over. So it is the same height as that. And I've tried this a few times on the pages, because I'm doing the same thing with the pages. And I've used various glues. And would you believe, the best one for the job in my experience is good old glue stick. I can move it around, it doesn't stick too much. It does stick well, it doesn't wet this paper through, which some of the glues did. Yeah, it's easier to apply evenly. I just found it really easy. Now I am not going to stitch this. I am going to stitch some of the pages, but I'm not going to stitch this part of the cover or the actual, make sure I've got that the right way, I have. I say, and I'm not going to stitch the cover, or the actual this part, the hinge part, if you like. Shall we call it the hinge? It probably is. It's the part that's going to be fastened onto the rings. I'll call it a hinge, I think, for ease. Yeah, so I'm not going, obviously my machine would not like that anyway. That would be just too thick. But yeah, I've chosen not to do it on the other either. I'm just going to sew round the actual matted pieces of the journal pages, which I'll show you in a moment. Okay, so that's gone on nice and easily. And it's quite effective, I think, that black and brown. Where's my little doodad? Yeah, my black and brown one of these. The black and brown colours go really well together, I think. I'm really pleased with it. Yeah, lovely. I just need that to set really before I you know what I mean by set, don't you? Dry. I need it to dry a little bit before I punch the holes in it, but when I do punch the holes and put those through, I've then got a front and a back. Now I haven't inked anything very much, but I did just ink around there because it had like the grey board in the middle. Yeah, so that's my front and back. I have got I've got something ready to put on the front. I'll share it with you in a moment. So I showed you these, didn't I, that I had to cut the pages out. So now I need to create some pages for them to go onto. So what I did was I cut black pages out of these. I only got one out of every sheet, but I am going to use the other pieces for other things. Let me put the lid on that. So I think how many did I do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I think I've got 4 over here to show you in a minute that are a bit further along. Let's get rid of that glue. And I wrote the size of these down, so let me have a look, just for me really. So these the black pages are 21 centimeters high by 20 centimeters wide, so I have to make sure I'm getting them the right way around. So that height, 21 high and 20 across. Yeah, so I cut a lot of those, and then for the hinge bit, just like I did on the cover, I cut these, but you can see that I've got the alternate colours now. So the covers are going to be the craft card, although it will be matted with you know, a topper, and the black hinge, and these are going to be black pages with the craft card hinge. So I cut these out at, I think these are 10 centimeters, or again I've trimmed them down a bit now, but yeah, because I got 3 across because it was 30 across. 10 centimeters, and it should be 21 height like that is. And I got a few here as well. Put them on my scoreboard and scored them, and did exactly the same thing as I did with those covers, front and back cover. It's a bit blue petery today because I've got some more of these that were done. It's not that I wanted to get ahead and do them without you. I will do some with you. It's just that I wanted to, you know, practice what I was doing, you know, to make sure I was doing what I wanted, and not messing about with you saying yes I want that, no I don't want that. To be fair, I have been sat here a while over the last few days working out exactly what I do want. Now they're not very thick pages. I would say it's about 160 at the most GSM, that, but obviously it's going to have these matted, and I thought I'd have one of those one side and one of these that opens that way, kind of opposite. So we've got a pretty and a journal spot, and then when I've put all those in, then I'll go back in between and put some fancy bits and pieces in, some flips and flaps and envelopes and things like that. So that's my idea, to create those. So how many? I didn't do that many. 2 have I got done? Well, I've got the very first one, but I'm not, oh no, there's 2 more there. Oh yeah, that's right, because there was 11, wasn't there? So I've got 4 there done. I want 11, so I've got 7 more to do there. Let's not lose them. This was the very first one I did. you can see why I'm using the black words and the black. I decided to, well, this has been pulled off and put on so many times, I decided I wanted it slightly smaller there, so this one's not going in. This was just a prototype, if you like, but I am going to put black reinforcements, whole reinforcements, on the craft card front and back. So I have got this, and it's really tough to push, to punch out. It's killing me. I've got a few done, but if anybody knows why it's so tough, give me a clue if I'm doing something wrong. Yeah, so that's like the prototype. We'll get rid of that. So I've got these, and I needed to decide if I was going to stitch around it, and I couldn't decide, so I stitched a couple to see, a couple of these pages before I start matting them on, and I did one of each. Did one of the written ones and one of the pretty ones. I decided initially that I liked it on there, not so much on there. It's grown on me now. I like it. It's more of a border, but I wanted it on that. I didn't want to put it on one and not the other, so I went for it, and actually the more of them I've done, the more I like. I've not done that many. I've just done enough for us to play with today, so 3 and 3, so just done 6 of those ready, but obviously all these will want stitching ready to go. And then as regards punching the hole, let me get another one of these across. What I did with this one, and I think I'm going to do the same, I am going to do the same because I used this for this to get the holes level with this one, is because it's not overly thick, I used this, my punch. Now you can punch them out with that, just one set, and obviously I punched through this board with this the crocodile, but I think it's going to be easier now I've got it set at a certain height. I think that was it, to do them all on here like this. It's just easier, I think, to get them all, she says, I'm hoping, in the same place. Yep, so like that. And where are my black ones? The ones I punched out I put in here. There aren't many, but there are some. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Don't say I've only got 3. I'm going to have to punch one, so you will see what a struggle I have. A piece of, I've got plenty of it, a scrap card. I've tried standing up and pressing on it. It just doesn't make any difference. It doesn't go all the way through. That one's barely made a dent. I just don't know what I'm doing wrong. Ooh, I feel like I'm going to break it if I press any harder. Yeah, not going through, and it's getting worse every time. Maybe it needs sharpening. To be fair, I've not used it that much, so that's quite disappointing if it does. Oh, whew. It was my intention to get Neil to do me some last night when he came home, and I forgot all about it. Crikey. Whew. Right, we've got 4, and I just put them on with that glitter, I think. Now I think the black paper seems to be the same both sides. The craft card one, not so. It seems to have a slightly different, I've not got a cloth out anywhere. Sure I had one earlier. There we go. Yeah, it seems to have a slightly different shade on one side, the craft card one, so I'll have to be careful to keep that one all the same way. The black ones don't seem to be, not that I've noticed anyway. So I just want to get a couple of these done so I can put them on the rings and see where we're heading. So I don't know if I just launched into this and said hope you're all well and having fun, but I know you've been looking forward to the start of a new project as much as me, so hopefully you'll forgive me. So if you're new here, welcome. I don't usually launch straight into what I'm doing. I do normally say hello and tell you what I'm up to and how the weather is and all those things, but I just know that time is going to fly by, which is why I got quite a few bits ready in advance, because I wanted to finish today's video, giving you an idea of where we were going and how the pages were going to be created, you know, so I can finish creating all the pages and then we can do more of the fun stuff together. So yeah, I've decided not to sew down there. You absolutely could. There's no reason why you couldn't. I've just decided I don't want to. So this is the first page that's going in our ring binder. This one is not. That is just our prototype. So let's think, if this is going to be the front and it'll have a cover on it, I don't know what I'm going to do on the inside yet. So I'm going to have a page there that I don't know what I want on, because what I want to do is open up and have 2 pages. I've got another page somewhere. I had a few, didn't I? I had 4 if I remember rightly. Yeah, that one's got a bit of glue. Could have been one of the other glues that I was using there, but it'll be matted over. So let's do the same again. Oh, I'm going to have to punch some more of those. Or maybe not, let's see. Because I'm just going to work on this one for now. So my idea is, I think if we have a picture that side and a writing sort of piece that side. Now obviously it won't stay like that all the way through because I'm going to put other things in, you know, envelopes and what have you, and I might add some things onto some of these pages as well, and some flip outs. Yeah, so what I was working on is where I wanted this. So I want it on the inside, but I don't know what I want on the outside yet. So I'm going to go with this one. And what I thought I'd do was put a number and one of the black words again, you know, on the margin, the hinge of every digital one. Now, if I run out of black words, I've brought the Tim Holtz one as well. So there's some Tim Holtz ones there that can be added to. So I'm going to ink just because I've cut. And it is, but ever so lightly, it is on the white copy paper, but I've had to cut like the top and bottom of the frame, if you like. It's inked, the digital itself has got like an ink in the digital, and obviously I've had to remove it to trim it to size. Yeah, so not heavily inked, but just to cover any white and make it look a bit more even. And again, I put this down on here with my glue stick because I found it the best manoeuvrable. I didn't find this bit easy, to be fair, so getting it sort of central and down and not blobbing glue everywhere, yeah, not so easy. Also, the ones I put down have not been stitched and these have, so I may well be about to eat into my glue. I think I might have to put some Fabri-Tac on the actual stitching rather than chew up the glue stick, because it will be wrecked in no time, won't it? Let's see if we can get around the edges there. There we go, and across there. There we go. Now, do we think that's going to hold without any Fabri-Tac? I would like to do it without Fabri-Tac because I can move and reposition a little bit this glue, whereas if I do that with Fabri-Tac, I am going to end up with it very, sorry, I'm concentrating on what I'm doing. Shiny. Yeah. So it's not going to be perfect art, definitely not with me. I won't be able to get everyone in the exact same place and central, but that actually is not too bad. I'm happy with that. Oops. Yeah, as long as I get some on that edge on the outside of the stitching and then plenty on the inside. Yeah, that seems to have grabbed quite well. I like it. So I can put those on at a later date, can't I? So I'll do this one as well, and then I will put the little black letters, words and numbers on, just so that you get an idea what I'm doing. And then we'll have a look at the front cover, I think, because it'd be nice to have a couple of these pages in the front and back cover connected by the end of this video, just to give you an all-round idea of what we're aiming for. So nothing difficult really at all, once you work out, you know, what size you want things and yeah, how you want them to look really. What's the best glue. I think the most time consuming here was cutting out and cutting to size, working out sizes. So yeah, nothing too difficult, especially if you've got guillotines, you know, paper cutters, as opposed to doing it all with your fingers and scissors. All right, let's get some around the edge. So I think once I get going, it'll be a reasonably quick sort of mass make, pages wise. And then, I mean, this bit's fun. I mean, I've really enjoyed doing this, but I think the fun bit will be adding, and quite possibly for you to watch, we'll be creating and adding, you know, some interesting pieces, flips, flaps, folds, envelopes, that kind of thing, to give you guys some ideas and to inspire you in your own work. Hopefully is the aim. It always cheers me up when someone says they've been inspired to create. See, that's not quite so so straight. In fact, it's very not straight. Now I could take it off and straighten it, but I am going to leave a glue tray. No, it's quite well grabbed as well, so I'm not going to risk it. I think when it's in the book, and have I got an air bubble there? No. You know, there is some play on the rings that way as well, and some play on the rings that way. Yeah, in this scheme of things, I don't think it'll be too bad. I will try not to do it again, but the beauty of the ring bound is that you can move things around in it. So, you know, when it's full, if that page is still annoying me, I can take it out, I can cover it. Yeah, I can do all sorts of things. I could put some fancy trim down it. Who knows? So if that's the back, these will be the pages as they start building. Let's get the rings. I know that one still needs hole enforcers in it. Yeah, no, that was right, hole or ring enforcers, whatever you want to call them. And I absolutely love the ring bound planner that I'm in the middle of using, making, creating. I will share that with you very, very soon. I know I've shown you some of it. Yeah, it's going to be nice. I love the two different colours, so the craft card and the black for the page as against the craft card, way off camera there, and the black for the cover. I suppose for now I could put that one in. It's not staying in, but let's add it just so that it's building a bit of bulk to what we're making. Ooh. It's not staying in because it's not stitched either. You win. Okay, stop fighting me. What I'd like to do now is get, should have put it at the back really, shouldn't I? Is get a cover, a front cover on it, and then we will yeah, create the cover, create the prettiness of the cover. So let's move that over. Oops, sorry. So for the cover, I have I've cut out the cover from the kit, so I haven't stitched it round because I want to put some bits and pieces on it before I do. So what I will do is I'll create it and then I'll stop and stitch it round and then come back and we will glue it on. Again, I'll just do the edges of this so there's no, I might even have done it by the looks of that, I don't know. No white edges there. So that is the front cover that comes with the kit. It also comes with 4 frames. I have cut out I've cut them all out, but I've brought 3 along which I want to put on here. So my idea is to put them on top of each other at kind of angles, wonky angles, which is why I want to put them on before I stitch round, because they're going to go over the edges. Yeah, I'm not making anything too fancy or too bulky, even though it would take it on the front here. So my idea was I'd like to still see that through there. So maybe I'm going to lose some of it, I know, but yeah, just so they're all kind of slipping and sliding about. Try that one that way, maybe. Whoops. I like the way that one's come through there. Like that. I've brought this little, so there are several tapes in the kit, tape measures. This is one that I printed half size or 2 to a page, so that I got a much smaller piece. I'm banging everything today, aren't I? Can you see a little bit of white on it still? I think that's because I cut it on the guillotine. Oops. I don't know if I want the whole thing on or just a bit of it, but I'll have a try. You hear the birds singing. It's a little bit overcast this morning, a little bit dull. I might have the whole thing on. And I just wanted this also from the kit. It says notes. It's a label. Just fancied that in this corner perhaps. Whoops. Yeah, I think that's pretty much where I want everything. My next thought is, am I just going to sew around the edge of it? Just glue it all down and sew around? Yes, I think I will. I couldn't decide whether I wanted to stitch around all of these individually, but I think that's going to make a lot of holes in the paper. So let's glue down what we know. Do we want that one that way? I think we do. Glue down the lower bits first would be the intelligent thing to do. Yeah, it's pretty, isn't it? And then this one's going to be fairly easy. Just making sure I remembered where it was. So I've lifted the camera up a little bit so you get a bit more view of the desk, so I'm not entirely sure what and how much you're seeing. It's just in the hope that when I stop thinking about the view and go off all over on my desk as I do, like I am now, that you get to see a bit more. I'm hoping you saw plenty then, because as I looked up it was well off camera. I might have to come out one more. If when I film this one and put it up you're still missing, I might have to come out one more, which means you don't see quite so much detail, but you do get to see all that I'm doing rather than me being off camera. Okay, so are we having this one that way? Something like that. Yeah. Oh, stuck to my paper, get rid of it. That's it. Glue. Yeah, I thought this was going to be a really long make. I don't think it's going to be now. I think once you get all the bits and pieces ready and organised, the rest of it's no, that way. I heard you telling me. Is that where I had it? It's down now, so what is where it's going? Now you could just put the front on that came with it and leave it at that. I wanted that sticking out, didn't I? Think come up a little bit. Didn't have that like that somehow. I'm confused now. Didn't have that one that way as well, did I? No. Was it like that? Just the very end of it. Must have been. Not very much of it at all. Right. Oh, don't put it on a gluey sheet. I'm still here. Very quiet. My brain's thinking. Oh, there we go. So where were we? Not too much of the picture hidden there. Yep, I don't know. I'm sure that's not where I had it, but that's where it is now. Yeah, I like that. Could always do some faux stitching around it with a pen, around those frames. And oh, I had this. I was going to put this under there. That's not quite stuck down now. Now I've lifted it. It's dry. Let's get it down. Yeah, I was going to pop that under here somewhere. I don't know if I want it over the top or not. It's another piece from the kit. I think it might be one again that I've shrunk down. Kind of looks like it's falling out of the, oops, gluey paper. Fallen out of the frame, doesn't it? Beautiful botanicals on here. They really are. Lush. That's it. So just build a little bit of layers, a few layers. And just that in the bottom corner, I think. Yeah, simple as that. So nothing too tricky. And I think when it's stitched round, it'll just add a little bit of a border. Yeah, like that. So it wasn't hard work. Didn't take too much thinking about. Just used all the bits from the kit. And yeah, stitched round and put on that. It's going to be a nice cover. So there's also a back cover that comes as part of the kit, and this is it. I'm just wondering what I've done with the back now. It's here because it's got all this attached to it. I'm so sorry. Gosh. And I think I am going to put it on as the back cover there, stitched around it, as you can see. So I might as well do that now, hadn't I? Because then it'll be setting. So I'll stick that on, and then I'll go off and stitch the front cover, and we can put that on, and then we can create a couple more pages, hopefully. Oh look, I missed stitch in my machine. Back cover, that's what I'm looking for. Oh yeah, we need to punch the holes in the front cover. So I've decided to have the nice bits on the outside. So I'll do the same at the front, so the eyelets showing on the outside. Right, I've not got a lot of leeway here. Try and get this on straight, Denise. I inked the edge, I don't think I have. Yeah, so that hasn't taken too long, has it? We've been half an hour, thereabouts, to introduce it. And I know I had pieces ready to show you, but I'm sure that would be preferable than you watching me just cut lots of paper on the on the guillotine and measure. Okay, and another glue sheet. There's a bit of a cool breeze coming in the window. It's definitely not so warm today as it has been. I'm not complaining. I think I'm going to need all of that. I'm up high again, aren't I? Yeah, because it has been, it's been very hot, but I don't want it to get any colder because it is. I'm sleeveless at the moment, so it's not too cold, but I'm verging on cold. I'm only just warm enough. The fresh air is nice though. I do like my windows open whenever I can. I often have the windows open throughout the summer so long that they don't want to shut when the winter starts coming, and because I have them like locked open. I don't just have them open and go out. they don't want to close again. They've got stuck where they are. Down a bit. I think that's central. I've got glue hairs on my microphone, would you believe? Yep, that's on pretty well. Now, I see as the sun's shining through the window on there that there are glue marks on that black, but there's not a lot I can do about it. It's not bothering me. Where's my little tissue? They're only faint ones and you can only see them because the sun's shining on them. Well, the daylight. I think sun is a bit of an exaggeration. It's quite cloudy. Okay, so that's the back. Where's my other pages? Yeah, that's the back. Got a couple of pages to go in there. And now I need to sew the front and do the same there. So let me just show you how I put holes in it then. So I'll do it with this one because it's the exact size. I used a green mark. It was very difficult to see, but I did just about find it. I didn't have those eyelets in, so let's hope it goes through. So just line it all up. Try and mark it right in the centre so that your mark disappears with the hole that you chop out. Yep, I can see them. And then I use the biggest hole on the crocodile. This is the trouble, it's seeing it once you get in there. I need to just look at the window. Gosh. Yeah, you can see it until it goes in there. Once it's in, you've got no chance. Right, I'm just going to go there and hope I've got it. I did. Okay, so same again. Can see where it is until I put that over. Okay, and then I've got a couple of them out ready. So let's make sure that's going to be the back. Is that the nicest side? Yes, I think it is. That's going to be the front. We forgot a bit, didn't we? We want these on. These have to go on. I've left the lid off my art glitter as well. Look. These have to go on before the eyelet goes through because it kind of grabs onto them. And I thought it just gave it a nice finished look. Come along, I know. I didn't put the pin in. I don't want much. A little pin prick will do. I'm not having any. That will teach me. Look how wonky that pin is. Which side am I? That one, I think. Ah. Thank you. Just finishes it off, I think. I'll just put this here so you can see, look. You can see where they, you know, the bit that's not so pretty when you put an eyelet in, the bit that comes through and spreads. I think it just looks a little bit nicer with that brown ring behind it. And it's not necessarily reinforcing it all, so it's personal preference. Right, that's the back. That's going to be the front. It doesn't matter, does it, until I actually stick something on it, and then I do have to concentrate on what I'm doing. Okay, so you put the flying saucer bit underneath because that's the bit that splays out, and the one with the longer stem in the top, and give it a good squeeze. Yep. Where's the other one? There it is. Yep, flying saucer underneath. That's it. I do have to think about it. Lovely. Yeah, happy with those. Yeah, that's a nice front and back. I like it. So when I get this stitched, which I'll do now, we'll glue it on, and then we'll really look like we've got something. So I'll be back in half a glue. Okay, so I've stitched it and it looks better, I think, doesn't it? So it's going on the front of that, not the back. Yeah, quite like that. Understated but pretty. So where's the other? That's the back. Yeah, they're going together like that, and that will be the front. What I haven't thought about is if it needs a closure. I don't think it will. I'm not going to make it wider than the ring, so these should in fact, because they're quite heavy, should in fact squash those closed, I think. Yeah. I don't think I'll bother with a closure. Yeah, you probably noticed I just stuck something on the front of that, as it's going to be the first page, and I wanted it to be pretty. So it may not end up, it may not be the first page once we get it in the book, but I just thought, you know, as we're looking through the book this first day, I don't want a blank page as I open it, so I just put something on there. So let's get this on here, and then we can do a couple more pages quickly, hopefully, glued up. I also, while I was off camera, cut about 6 of these out. Yeah, I think I've strained my chest muscles now. It was not easy. Yeah, so this is smaller than the back cover mat as well. Yeah, I don't think that matters particularly. I just cut it smaller, I don't know why. Like I say, it was all trial and error with what I was doing, so but I do quite like it's given me a bit more margin for error getting the craft card all the way around it. So I'm going to do exactly the same and use the glue stick on the cover, because it seems to be working well for the pages, and that back one seems to be glued well. So if it comes up at the edges, I can always pop some art glitter in the edges. So what am I doing this afternoon? I'm going to be doing another one of these. As you know, I'm having some flooring put in next week in my kitchen, so I need to be ahead with my videos. So I need to do another one of these, if not 2. Yeah, and then I'm going to clean some cupboards out in the kitchen. I know we've not been in that long, but it doesn't take long, although we've been in a few months now actually, haven't we? Yeah, it doesn't take long for, you know, dust and bits of junk and things in the wrong places and what have you to occur. Is that level before I start squashing? I think so. Let's do this bit up the middle first. I don't really want any bubbles in the middle, and then I'll press the edges down. Yeah, so another film, if not 2, which is a lot for me in one day. 3 films is a lot for me in one day. I always say I'm going to, but chances are there'll only be one. Yeah, and then clean out some kitchen cupboards. Of course, I'm still icing my back. So I'll be resting in between. We don't seem to be stuck here. I don't know if that wasn't any glue, or we're not. No, I do feel like we're not stuck. So let's lift it up and put some art glitter in while it still lifts. Where is the art glitter? There. While it still lifts up. That's it. Lovely. I went for art glitter rather than Fabri-Tac because I was less likely to create, because if it squeezes out, this should dry fairly clear, whereas if Fabri-Tac squeezes out, I will definitely have a snail trail. I think it's grabbing. Yeah, it has. It's grabbed everywhere else, so I must have been mean with the glue stick there, not realised. Lovely, pleased with that. So we've got a front and a back. Yeah, it probably is crying out for something down there. Some thought about this. I've got this in a couple of different don't seems to be all over that something. Let's go down a bit. Oh, it's all the bits that have come out of the, yeah, I might end up with something like that down there, or the my old faithful gold washi. Whatever I do down the front I'll have to do down the back, so we'll see. Yeah, very probably something like that down there. Right, so that's the front, and the back we've got sorted, the sizes we've got sorted, and we've got a page and a half. So let's put something on the back of this page, and then we've got 2 pages done, the wonky page. Now, I cut all those black discs out, didn't I? Oh yeah, I was going to say it's not black I want, but it is. Oh dear, confused myself entirely then. I've got glue all over the end of my fingers. Right, let's put these on, because these change the page as well, I think. The look of it a little bit. And I think these are reinforcement here, they are helping a little bit. So with one either side there is a little bit more thickness around that hole. Don't mind if a bit of brown craft card shows through, it's got to somewhere, because they're not quite the identical size as the hole. Not far off, but not quite. So getting it central would be ideal, but tricky. Oh, fingers. Yep, okay. So we just want one of the ones we've stitched around. I think this might be the last one that's ready stitched now. I'm going to have to go stitch some more. Yeah, there's not an awful lot of space there, is there, left and right? So in theory that should mean I can't go too wrong putting it down, but we'll see. Wonder if this one is slightly bigger than the others. Noisy car. So let me know, won't you, in the comments, if you're a ring binder fan, if you fancy having a go, what you think to these beautiful papers, although I think I probably know what the answer there is going to be. Let me know if you've got them. I know 1 or 2 people have bought them already and are playing with them, you know, as soon as Tanya released them, which is fab. Let me know what you've done. Okay, just thinking if there has to be a right way up. There doesn't, but I want it that side, so there does, if you know what I mean. Not a clue, Denise. No idea what you're talking about. It makes sense in my brain. Whoops, don't get glue on it. Oh, birds are singing to me again. That's where my bobbin ran out, of course. Doesn't it always? Yeah, that one seems to have gone down fine. Must not have put enough glue on that other one, on that front. Sticky fingers. Okay. Ooh. Right. Let's have a look what we've got then. Yeah, you can see they're curling a little bit with the wetness, so they will hopefully flatten, dry. Yes, flatten as they dry. I'll put them under something. So yeah, that's what it'll be like with the ring in. Now if you don't have the rings, that doesn't mean you can't make one of these binders. You could put pretty twine through there, ribbon, any kind of thing would be nice through there, and it would lay a lot flatter than the rings do actually when you open it. Yep, so there'll be something, maybe something interactive, I'm thinking. Can you see that there? And then a page, maybe that one, maybe not, and then a written piece, and then another written piece here, and we've got one, haven't we? Oh no, that's the back though. Let's pull another page in. So yeah, another. Shall we stick it on? Let's put holes in this. What did I do with me machine that puts the holes in it? There it is. Everything's black and it's disappearing. Yeah, it's nice that I can leave this on the same setting and get the holes in the same place every time. Before I mat it on, I'll check that they are. Yep, perfect. Yep. Let's glue that on then. It's nice to turn the pages and see them, you know, as they're going to be. Let's ink the edge. I probably should be finishing sometime soon, but we'll get this down. Put a couple of those eyelets again, reinforcers around the holes, and then it'll look something like the start of a file folder. So I have got a craft card envelope that I had in my stash with like the policy closure on it. I've brought that out, so we'll probably pop that in somewhere. I've got a couple of Tim Holtz, tag die cuts that, well, they came in Happy Mail, that's all I'm going to say, because a couple of people have sent me them, and in fact 3 people have sent me them, so I'm not sure, but I thought they might be nice. So that's like brown with beautiful colour paper, actually, black outline roses, and the craft cards, so I thought they'd be nice in here somewhere as well. That's the envelope. That's before we start making things and using the envelopes from the kit, and yeah, we're going to have fun making things now. The pages are well on the way, so the ones that still need putting together I can put together. You don't need to watch me do that, do you? Is that the right way up? Yep. This is a lovely coloured page. I do like this one. Gosh, can you hear that wind? Oh, it's like winter. Sticky fingers, Denise. Right, let me get this down from the middle so I've not got air bubbles. That's it. Yeah. So pleased I found this roly thing again. Brayer. It's a brayer. If you go to the shop and ask for a roly thing, you could come back with all sorts. Yeah, I really like that page actually. Now it's down on there, there's just something about it. It's got, you probably can't see, it just looks like craft probably to you, but it's that lovely faint pattern that's on some of the pages in the background of it. It's beautiful. Gosh, it's getting dark. Right, let's put some of these on. Finish the look before we put the rings on. Oops. Yeah, it's getting dark. I have got my light on, but I tend to put it on all the time now, and then it saves having to put on when it goes dark. But like I say, when I get my room done, I will have one at the other side or above me as well. You know, the ring light as opposed to my room light. Yep, so this is going to have some of the black labels on it. Let's have a look then. Where's the lid? So next time I come on, I should have a lot of these pages created. I've still got one more look to go in. Shall I just punch a hole and put it in as we put the rings together, just to give you an idea of. Yeah, so I'll put the others together. Whoops. So just to recap, they're just pages like that, just a piece of brown, and I've put it all the way through, and that makes it easier as well as stronger. Simple as that. You don't need to see me do that 11 times over, do you? So let's just put that one in as well, seeing as that one's done, and yeah, see what it's going to start and look like. Where's my rings gone? Haha. Oh, luckily I've got a couple more over here, so they're probably under all the, these are a bit stiff though. Probably under all the junk on the desk. In fact, there's no probably about it, they are somewhere. fasten that one in before we start on this one. Oops, come on. Missed one. Oh, I didn't put the, I was going to say the lid, I didn't put the lid on. I didn't put the cover on, did you know? Yeah, so it's starting to feel like something now. Yeah, like it. So yeah, we'll have something, like I say, interactive there. Pages, so you know, things like this that will also be put on like a hinge. Loving the craft card and black theme, definitely. Love the botanicals, love it all. Okay, that'll be it. I'll leave you to it. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. Hope you're going to enjoy this project. Give me a thumbs up if you've liked it, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Have a lovely day, guys. Bye bye.